talk about a threat that could bring the whole global community into collapse. It's a threat that could bring devastating consequences, one that as a global society we must take seriously and act upon with urgency. Let me start by showing you something. This is called norovirus, a virus that causes diarrhea and vomiting. As you can see from the blurry appearance of the image, this was taken from a microscope. Not surprisingly, all viruses are small. We cannot observe them with our bare eyes. Its sizes is approximately 20 to 200 nanometers, 1,000 times smaller than the width of our hair. However, this little thing can do a lot of things. It can survive and reproduce through our bodies. A serious problem comes from here. It can infect people and causes illnesses. This little thing, this virus, can bring the whole global community into danger. By examining the 5,000 years of human history, there were already several killings caused by the viruses. Black Death is an exemplar, which is a disease caused by the pestilent virus that threatened human population during the 14th century. It occurred in Central Asia and gradually spread throughout Eurasia, killing 30 to 50% of European population and countless Asians. Mongol Empire even utilized this disease to intentionally in warfare in order to expand their territories and have some benefits from that disease. Smallpox is another example that shows the horrific aspect of the viruses. It was brought to America by European colonists, causing 90% of Native Americans to death. Now, this sounds very distant to us. But think back on the COVID-19 era. COVID-19, this mysterious illness, was caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus that swept across the globe with alarming speed and lethality. This virus right here caused immense challenge for us for nearly 5 years. Medicine and vaccination were made after leading many of us to death. Yet, we're still not fully over this disease. The effect of COVID-19 is still reverberating in our society as it took approximately 61 million people's lives, crushed the global economy, and revealed the possibility that in future, the viruses can cause us the danger to our society. Now, this makes me to ponder the following. What will happen to us, the current and future generation, if not only this small virus right here, but also all of the biochemical, so-called weapons attack our humanity? In history, it sits at 90% of deaths of Native Americans. In history, it sits at 30 to 50% of European population into death. But in our future history, it can be marked even more than that, and possibly a disaster that cannot be even marked history, and existential risk can bring us into danger and even destroy us. Existential risks is a risk that causes the collapse of human civilization. Biochemical weapons, natural disaster, artificial intelligence, climate change, and asteroid collapse are the examples of these existential risks. Among those existential risks, the risks from biosecurity issues are the issues that we focused on. Within the biosecurity issues, a natural pandemic, bioterrorism, and dual-use research are the three types of dangers that we need to be aware of. A natural pandemic is a pandemic that is caused by the spread of disease naturally, like Black Death, smallpox, and COVID-19. And bioterrorism is a terror attack using biochemical weapons. As discussed, Mongol used the Black Death intentionally in warfare in order to have the benefit towards them. This is the example of the usage of disease for bioterrorism. Lastly, the dual-use research is a research that is used for either positive or negative ends, which can lead to accidental creation of strong pathogens. You might wonder that why should we worry about the risk of pandemic? Maybe you think that it's just not your problem. Perhaps you might also think that there's other personal problems to deal with. Or maybe you might think that there are other priorities besides this risk, such as UN SDGs. Yet, this possibility of risk can affect the contemporary generation is low. However, it can affect the future of our generation. The future generation will never be born if we do not solve this problem due to other priorities. The future generation will never experience the unlimited time period where humanity can thrive and survive throughout the unlimited time zone, and possibly the future generation will never achieve the goals that we only imagined. It will be our generation's fault to delete the future of ourselves. According to Forecasting Research Institute, in 100 years there is 0.01% to 1% possibility of catastrophic risk that will lead us to extinction. These are the risks that will peril our world. So we should support the research about this topic, and we should make it known to the public so that more governments can implement the policies about this. By working collaboratively, by investing in the right solution, and by fostering the culture of global responsibility of this risk, we can create a resilient and secure future that our future generation will never be worried about this risk. We can create the world where the threats posed by biochemical risks are mitigated and humanity can continue to thrive and prosper. Thank you.